motorcycle. We have the KLX, and it's the rainy season in the Philippines right now, and there's lots of rain. We've had lots of earthquakes, and sorry for those people who lost, their houses and things in the earthquake. It's very sad. And now we have the rainy season, and where I live, they just had lots of rains, and we had all night raining, and there's lots of flooding and stuff in the Philippines all over. So you have to always be careful when you're in the Philippines and build your house properly. Make sure that your house is built so that it can withstand the strong rains, the typhoons, earthquakes, all the things that are bad that happen. We're at the beach right now, riding the motorcycle and just enjoying some sunshine. It's a sunny day. It was raining all night and all morning, and everything is wet here. Sunshine has come out, and it turned out to be a sunny day. These storms in the Philippines, they come and go pretty fast. We had a tropical storm by half a. That's the way these storms go in the Philippines. They move very fast. And then once the storm passes, we have sunshine. Just like today, we have sunshine. So it's very beautiful. And we're able to be out. Lots of people, they're in their houses during the terrible weather. And then when the storm or typhoon or whatever goes out, they go outside and enjoy their life. And that's really cool. We're at the beach riding motorcycles today. We like that one. It's fun. Is that there's lots of stuff to do here in the Philippines. And, come, and then when the storms pass, you can go out and enjoy your life. We're just chewing fresh air after it rains. So it's not negative. It's actually positive, because now we have the fresh air, the beautiful skies, blue skies, fresh air, and it's sad. And it's important that people take care of it. If you're not a good swimmer, or you didn't teach your kids how to swim, keep everybody out of the floods and stuff like that, because it gets wet in the Philippines. But that's what makes the Philippines so green, is water. There's lots and lots of water in the Philippines. And then there's lots and lots of sun in the Philippines. So that's what makes it really, really cool. It reminds me a lot like Hawaii. In Hawaii, it's kind of on the same plane. It's tropical. It gets the tropical warm weather, and the rain. During the non-rainy season, it's not really very wet. Let's say like March, April, May. Those months we don't get usually a lot of rain. Flooded, and it was really terrible. Water I live in is kind of built away. For me, the water did not really come in the property very, very much. But my neighbors, but the water at times recesses fast. So it's not like the water stays forever. It just usually recesses within a day or so. I remember one tropical, hello, and welcome to the chat. And one year it rained so hard and there was so much like water that it just flooded everywhere out. And I elevated my area even like a meter or meter and a half, and there was still water. I had another half a meter, and some of the houses high, the rain, the water, and it just flooded like the houses, and it kind of got into my electrical system in my house. Hello, how you doing? Hi, welcome, welcome to the Philippines. It's wet in the Philippines, but and then like the septic tank in my house, it because there's so much water, the septic tank, the water came through like the shower area, and and it came into like almost the electrical sockets one year, but that was terrible. And I was in the middle of construction, and I didn't have any place to sleep. And I remember sleeping; it was open on like the second story, and I was just sleeping there, just cold all night long. Because sometimes in the rainy season, it's not real warm, and, I was kind of like so much water. I had to sleep on the second floor, but there was no walls, open concrete beams, and it was freezing. I was like, oh, that was all. It's finished. No more. But it's just a beautiful place to just enjoy yourself in the Philippines. And scary, if you're traveling last month, making sure there was no, and I really didn't want to have hassle with the airlines about risks during this time of year. And even on ships, sometimes they don't travel on the waters when it's real rough. But right now, if you can see the ocean behind me, it's very quiet. It's very calm. You would never know we had all night rains, and there's so much water every neighboring areas sending me red alerts of like it was like code orange, and then later it went to code red, and there was beeps in the middle of the night. I was getting woke up with like, it's serious rain out there. Stay out of the rain, and I'm sleeping. I'm like, would you please like let me sleep? I was sleeping. And I go, what time is this? Because there was like voice alerts on my cell phone last night, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was getting notified, and it was like a voice alert, and it woke me up because I'm a light sleeper. Did you get notified that? Uh, uh, I never get tired. I wake up all the time. I took a nap today, and I was tired. You know, I was watching sports today this morning because it was raining. I didn't know what to playing. I have a hockey uh, sort of program that I paid for. So I was watching my Los Angeles Kings hockey team this morning, and they lost barely. And then until 9:15, 9:30. So I'm gonna watch that tonight. I'm all excited about that. So I watch a lot of sports. I'm kind of into it, and I used to play like football and stuff when I was younger, and I had a few injuries playing football. But it's fun, in the Philippines, and it's cool because I can live in the Philippines and still enjoy the things I enjoy, the sports and stuff, thanks to like I have fiber cable in my house and the high-speed internet, you're able to kind of stream pretty good. And hopefully this stream is going good too, because I'm in a new area. I'm at the beach, Sadagat. And it's a beautiful day today. Look at this. It's like blue skies. It's gorgeous. It's really pretty out here. It's just nice. The sky is really blue and there's no boats in the water, but it's just really pretty. And we had such a horrible, even all day, half the day today, it was raining. It was real horrible. But now it's beautiful. That's the way the Philippines is. It can be where it can be raining heavy, and then we have the most beautiful skies in the world. It's gorgeous. And right now I said, I'm going to go riding, man. Forget this. I went out to order a pizza. I'm going to party tonight watching my sports. And they're closed. So I have to go find another pizza place. So I just came riding on the beach. And I was taking a nap today, so I feel good. I was sleeping. I was tired, you know. I just got tired. So tired of chilling. And then I went to the store and bought some lettuce and stuff like that, and had a broccoli breakfast. I like broccoli. You know, broccoli is really good for you, and it's good for your health. It's expensive. The only problem with broccoli is it's expensive. But if you can afford to have a little bit of broccoli or find it, it's really good for you. It has so many good ingredients for your health. And it's also cancer fighting too. So if I always try to like think of things for health, because you know it's important to like keep good health, because once you get cancer and things like that, it becomes a problem and it's expensive. And a lot of people cannot afford all the treatments. So a lot of people perish that way. So preventative medicine, and that's uh, take care of your body, to eat the proper foods. I'm not perfect. Like after we just, I put like olive oil on the broccoli, and then I put, let's say, I put some vinegar on it for a little taste, and some little spices, and it's really delicious. So yeah, I'm looking for a pizza right now. See, I had all this nice breakfast, and now I like want this bad dinner. And I'm kind of excited because all week I've been waiting for tonight, because my sports team is playing in London, and it's kind of like a once in a while event. And next year, my sports team's playing in Australia. I've never been to Australia before, to be honest with you. That's one of the continents that I've never like experienced. So I'm contemplating of, I'm not sure I can do it, but we'll see if I can get to Australia next year and watch my football game. I'll blog it if I can. But it's just a pipe dream right now, so we'll see. But yeah, it's just beautiful life in the Philippines. How's everybody doing today? Oh, yeah. Hello. Yeah, shout out. We're doing good, man. We're doing good. We're just riding the motorcycle, and there's lots of kids coming over here on the beach taking walks. I hope they don't bother me. You know, I like to be away from everybody when I like do my live stream. You'll see me at, like in the jungle and the mountains and stuff, and it's very private there, and I can kind of just be alone. So, like once in a while a cow will come up, or a snake, or something like that, but that's okay. But lots of times these kids will kind of come up, and it kind of irritates me. There's an area over here with lots of kids, and when I stop the motorcycle to do a live stream, all the kids start running at me, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get out of here. And so I got some more kids coming over here. So I hope they kind of go by. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like being in the jungle, because there's less people when you're in the jungle, and you can just kind of feel the nature. And even on the beach, you feel fortunate that I can just reel and ride the bike and just feel at one with nature. It's really good. And then there's no people too. So I got some people coming, but yeah, it's really fun. And I was thinking about going to, hello guys. I was thinking about going to the mountains today to like do this, but it rained so hard, right? It rained hard last night, right? Heavy rains? Yes, yes, very heavy rain. And I think the mountains are very flooded and stuff like that, as far as like there's lots of mud and stuff. So I thought the beach would be more safer to come. And I've never actually live streamed from this spot before. So it looks like the reception's okay. But it's just a beautiful day, and I just had to get out of the house because like when it rains, you're in the Philippines, you're kind of cooped up in the house a lot. And there's really nothing to do, especially. But the good thing about today for me is that the power didn't get cut, because I'm in the province, as you can see, and a lot of times when it's bad weather or rains or something like that, the power gets cut. But cut the power, which is a good thing. But yeah, we're just chilling here. Hope you're doing well in the Philippines and wherever you may be. And if you're in the Philippines, I hope you stay dry, because we have like a series of like wet weather, and hopefully no typhoons. We've had some rains coming in, but they haven't really been typhoons. They've just been like lots of heavy rains. But we haven't had anything too destructive besides the earthquakes. We've had those. Hello. Yeah, the earthquakes were bad in the Philippines, and there's lots of earthquakes, especially like in Mindanao, Siargao, and Cebu's got a lot of earthquakes. But luckily for me, I haven't had any earthquakes hit me. And coming from Los Angeles, California, the capital of earthquakes in the world, I'm very happy. But one time I was in Iloilo and I got like a heavy earthquake when I was in Iloilo visiting. I was staying in a hotel, and it was bad. And earthquakes are really scary, you know. They're just scary when the building starts shaking. But just try to stay calm, because I've been in like 1,000 earthquakes before. So I kind of like experienced that a lot in my life. So try not to panic too much. And the sad thing about the earthquakes in the Philippines is that they happen during daylight hours, like 10 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, when people are out and about, and they could be at sporting events or shopping malls or something. So it's kind of dangerous when things like that happen. And because in America, it seemed like 90% of the time, the earthquakes happened when I was sleeping. It woke me up, and that wasn't nice. But there wasn't anybody at sporting events or shopping malls at like 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. But in the Philippines, you know, the earthquakes hit in the daytime, and it's very scary, because a lot of people are just kind of out and about doing stuff. The Philippine people like vanilla, not vanilla, Manila. We're gonna visit Manila. I like visiting Manila. I haven't really hung out in Manila for a while, so I should just go there. And I really haven't hung out in like BGC either. My old friend Rick, he invited me there a few years ago, and then he let me ride his big BMW 1200 motorcycles through like Pasig or whatever they call it. And yeah, it was fun. But just so many people in Manila and stuff. And it was kind of nice to come back to the province, because like there's so many people and so much traffic. And one time I used one of Rick's little scooters, and I drove all around in Manila, all over, and I had a GPS on the cell phone, which really helped a lot. and I was able to like get all around the Manila area, and it was fun. So if you're like visiting the Philippines, or if you live in the Philippines and you want to travel in like Manila, it's best to like get a scooter. Don't get a BMW big cars in Manila and just get to the front of the line, which is great. So if you're riding Manila or Cebu, those kind of big cities, it's always good to have a smaller scooter. That way you can weave through the traffic. And big heavy bikes, you can't do that, because the cars are close by. So you have to sneak. Big bikes, the handlebars will stop you from doing that. So don't do that one. And like I said, I rode Rick's 1200 BMW, and it was fun, but I couldn't go very fast because Manila is so crowded and so many people and stops and stuff. It was kind of difficult, but it's fun to live in the big city, to like see lots of food. I like, shopping. I like to go to S&R and eat their New York style pizza and buy stuff and bring back to the province. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I travel to those cities, because there's lots of food to eat. They have like Burger King, and Manila has Taco Bell. I had a Taco Bell once there at one of the malls. I forgot the name of it, but they had a Taco Bell, and it was good, but I don't know. I prefer Del Taco, and the people in the Philippines don't know what Del Taco is. It's like Taco Bell, but it's another one. But it's really cool to just travel and see Manila, and kind of just hang out in the big city. I have to get to a big city sometimes because I get like tired of like always not eating what I want to eat. And I like to sometimes go in the malls and see big shopping malls. The Mall of Asia is in Manila, and I love to just go hang out at the Mall of Asia and go to a movie and just hang out and eat. I always eat like a Dairy Queen when I go to Manila or Cebu and stuff. I find a DQ and I have a Blizzard, the ones that you hold upside down. See, it's not going to fall out. And like that kind of stuff. And I find like I eat a lot of bad stuff, but I sure love it. And because I know when I come back to the province, I won't be able to eat at DQ or Burger King or Wendy's. So it's nice to enjoy that. And I notice a lot of Filipinos are liking that kind of food. So it's nice to see like a lot of these companies coming to the Philippines, because it's really enjoyable. And the Philippines has a lot of imports too. So if a foreigner comes to, let's say, the Philippines from America or something, there's a lot of foods that they can eat. And it seems like a lot of the Filipinos in the restaurants, they're adapting to a lot of foreigner foods. And maybe all restaurants don't make it perfect, but they're getting better and better. So the Filipinos seem to be adjusting to the Westerners' food. And that's good, especially if you live in the Philippines. I don't live in an area that's so remote that like you can't, all you have to do is eat like local chicken and rice. I think I would go crazy because I'm a very fussy eater, and I kind of like what I like to eat. And I'm not really eating like local like chickens and stuff like that. So I'm a little bit more of a bad eater. I'm a picky eater. And that's why I like to be near a city. And even though I don't live in a city, I can find the foods kind of that I like, or I can travel to the stores in a distance and pick up the foods and bring them home. Or I could fly to Manila or Cebu or a big city like that. And every time I fly, I always do like a check-in luggage. And I'm going to be flying soon. I'll be going to Cebu, and I'm going to be buying more food. And I have a big check-in luggage. But when I go to Cebu, I don't have like a check-in luggage. I just go like carry on. And I package one of those little kind of like zipper bags. They have a name for them in the Philippines. I forgot, but and then and they're big. They're big bags with a zipper, and you can fill them up with food, and the luggage. And then I fill it up with food at like SNR or whatever, and then I bring in lots of food back. I fly it on the airplane. So that's kind of how. So how's everybody doing today? You doing good? Oh, oh, very cool. Yeah, life in the Philippines is cool. Just if you're a Filipino, just try to enjoy your life as much as possible, because life is not always easy for people in the Philippines. But what the blessing about being Filipino is that the country is so nice to live in, and most places are very law abiding. Not all, but most places. And if you put yourself in the right position, always, you shouldn't have any problems. And I've been in the province for a long time, and I've never been like robbed or never had any major problems. And the people are basically good. So just always take care of yourself, because I know bad things can happen, like to Filipinos too. And, people of all races and nationalities could run into danger in the world these days, because it's a dangerous place. And I'm from California, and I see all the bad things. There's a lot of paid riots by the leftists, and they're trying to like overthrow the government or whatever. And there's a lot of money, and they're just doing paid riots, and it's ridiculous, and I see the stuff. And I'm in the Philippines, and I'm a tourist. Like, I'm a visitor in your country, and I respect that. And I have to respect the laws when I come into, let's say, the Philippines. And I have to go to immigrations, and I have to pay my immigration fees. I have to be legal, because if I'm illegal, it could be real bad, because the Philippines is a very, very strict, I'm proud to like do everything by the book though in the Philippines, because it makes me feel good, because I'm not hiding, and I'm also following the laws of the Philippines. Now in America, there's all the people just flooding into America, and the leftists are just, they're protecting the illegals, and they're angry that the government is kicking them out, because they're not paying any immigration. They've been illegal for years, and they think like they own the country. And I think of like the Philippines, like, people were like, let that foreigner stay. He's violated his visa. He's a good guy, or, and go against the America. It's like politics. And in the Philippines, there's politics too, but the immigration's a very serious issue, and it's good. And the Philippines doesn't actually have as many foreigners coming like as other countries. Like, I think Malaysia's number one now. They have 24 million this year, and then Thailand has like 22 million people visiting, foreigners, and the Philippines only has like 3 or 4 million. So they don't have that many people like compared to these other Asian countries visiting. But the good thing about the Philippines is that they don't just take anybody in. They screen people even at the immigrations. They make sure that they don't have records and stuff, and they're not like running away from, like, let's say, criminal activities and stuff. So it's good. Even though there's less people coming to the Philippines, the government is very serious about protecting the Filipinos and making sure that the foreigners that come here are not criminals. But in these other countries like Thailand and Malaysia, the number one, two, they don't do that. They're like, come on in, everybody, come on in. And guess what? There's lots of problems. Why? Because they're allowing lots of criminals in, like in America, lots of criminals coming. So it's good that the Philippines is a little strict regarding their immigration, because a lot of people who are bad are not allowed into the Philippines. And it's hurting, let's say, the tourism, but it's helping, because it's stopping a lot of the problems that could come in the country. So we have an ambulance coming, and lots of people get hurt in the province, and they have to like go far for a hospital. That's a negative thing about the province, because people have, let's say they're got a serious injury, it takes them an hour and a half to get to the hospital. And people can pass away in an hour and a half if it's a serious issue. So that's a negative. But that's why you have to always take care of yourself living in a province or being in a province. Don't get hurt. I used to do a lot of extreme water sports, and I wanted to do, and I said, no more extreme water sports, because I'm not that professional.